Welcome everyone to Animated Observations. Some of you may already know me. My name is Jack, and I am the one who runs the Animated Observations blog. So to sort of recap a little bit about what this video is going to be, basically, so I promised a little while ago, back on Twitter, around fall of 2019, that I would record a 300 follower thank you video as a thank you for everyone getting me to 300 followers on my blog. So it has been a little bit since then, and unfortunately, I was not able to get it out in exactly a timely manner. But we are here, and we're doing it now. So, I was originally going to record this as a sort of reading off of everybody's names and giving them an individual thank you, but I didn't think that would be the most interesting video. So instead, I decided to go ahead and talk about a few things related to the future of animated observations, as well as some more personal goals of mine. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. So one of the things that I wanted to talk about is sort of the reason why I got into writing in the first place, and why I'm even here doing this today. So I didn't really have much of an interest in writing as a kid. I always sort of, didn't really care much for books or for writing in general. But I really more or less got into writing around the time that I was leaving middle school, and this is because that one of the teachers from the high school that I was going to actually sent me an invitation to join the newspaper. So, I had never been a part of anything like that, and I was just sort of curious about it. So I decided to submit an application, and lo and behold, I got in. And I think that's really where I discovered my loving of writing is sort of with a bunch of other people who also love to write. And I did a bunch of different things. I wrote about the news, of course. I wrote about the student life there, and it sort of all just blossomed into me uh, being a writer, and I really enjoy it. Of course, till this day. Um, Now, why exactly do I have a blog? Well, uh, my blog more or less has to do with sort of the period of my senior year where I was pretty depressed and I couldn't really deal with school. I just sort of needed an escape, and so blogging just became something that I never really thought about that was suddenly put in front of me and that I wanted to try. And so I did it and I ended up liking it a lot. And so I've continued to this day. And now I am here talking to all of you and I am really happy. So that's about it for that. Why I'm in blogging and sort of how I got into that, into writing and stuff. Anime is a much quicker story, I think. Basically, I had been introduced to it by my friends, and they all sort of were watching it at the time. And when I say all of them, of course, I mean mainly my best friend, who introduced me to Full Metal Alchemist. And ever since then, I just sort of been watching different shows on my own. And yeah, it pretty much blossomed from there. And, that's why I'm into both anime and writing. Now, I also wanted to talk about during this video a couple of goals that I have for the year coming, that being 2020, obviously. Um, so I want to start making more videos, and I don't just mean like, really low effort kind of videos like this, and not to say that this doesn't mean anything, but making videos has always been something that I've wanted to try, and I've, continued to tell myself over the years that I'm going to start making videos at some point, and I've probably said it about 20 million times over the course of the last couple of years that I'm going to do it, but I have never really gotten around to it. And, that kind of makes me feel disappointed in myself. So I think I want this year to be the one where I actually try and I want to start, doing things that I want to do, which is making videos. And I've wanted to do it for a long time, so I'm going to do it. I also really want to be more consistent with putting out stuff on, not only here, but also on the blog, which is, my main passion. I just want to write more, and, that might not always necessarily be possible because of school and because of finals or whatever else comes up, but I want to try my best anyway. And, the last thing I just want to do this year more so is putting more work into being a better writer and hopefully that comes to fruition, and I'm able to, sort of spend time developing myself as a writer and sort of setting a goal of writing every day and just doing what it takes to become better at the thing that I love. And that about does it for me, guys. I want to say just once again, thank you so much for sticking with me here on Animated Observations and all the other stuff that I've been doing. I really appreciate it, and I love you all. Big shout outs to Owls and everyone on that crew. I'm really happy to have been able to join them and sort of work with them as fellow bloggers and content creators. And it's been great. So thank you, everyone, once again. Everyone's names will have been scrolling through this, presumably, once I get all of this edited. And yeah, shout out to everyone else as well. So thank you guys so much once again. And I hope you all have a great rest of the year.